Okay, so this one, I will just see how loud this is before I start talking. So I'm going to try and run you through how I think as a map. So this is playing as an AR. Right, so normally I'd be charging off there, but you can see these guys going down middle lane, and I've got one going down my left lane. At the start of the game, I know that everyone is going to be their side at Plaza. I can see now someone's just got killed here. I can see I've got a blue guy here, and I'm checking the mini-map. I'm kind of seeing how our team's doing in comparison to theirs. We're split straight across the middle. So as an AR, okay, the aggressive players are all going to come down the middle. So the SMGs that are looking for gunfights are going to come down the middle. Like the the SMGs that are trying to be smart are going to flank around the side, and the ARs are going to take up the power positions. So that leaves you with a lot of decisions when you start the game. So what you got to see is, like, most maps are 3 lanes. You've got left, center, and right, pretty much on all maps. Every single one of them, you're going to get the fastest, most aggressive players down the center. So you can either wait for them to come, or you can try and outmaneuver them and get into the power positions quickly. So mini map, I'm checking here. We've got a pretty well spread across there.
Loading.
So I'm stopping the other team spawning here, but I can hear feet now. So let's get into the fight. Right, I've got killed. So before I do anything, I'm looking. I can see there's tons of blues over here. So I know there's no point in me running that way, because by the time I get there, everyone's either going to be dead or everyone's killed anything. So I could take up here. We can stand that. They're going to push across the... Like, we have the left, all this side of the map we've covered off. I've got a guy pushing here. I'm checking the mini-map again. Okay, we're still this side of the map, so they're going to be coming from the right-hand side of the map. So I don't have to move. They're still here. Check your mini-map. All blues are still left, so they are going to be coming from the right-hand side of the map. Okay, so they're going to be coming from this direction. So, just to prove a point, there we go. So I don't have to go looking for them, because all I'm doing is reading the mini-map. I've got this guy trading me out. So if I push this way now, I can flip them to the other side of the map. So if we get a couple of kills, we take over this side of the map. Ah, I killed him. What will happen? Oh, so they, you see the skulls. So now I'm checking the map. They're still over here because they've just killed 2 of our guys. So we haven't cleared them all out yet. So another skull there. Now I'm checking my mini map. Okay, I've got a guy behind me, so no one's going to be spawning behind me, and I can slowly move forward. I've seen these, and so our presence now is all this side of the map. So I now know that they're going to be the other side of the map. So I can start setting up here, because I know they're going to be coming from this side. And that's how you can read where they're going to come from. So the guy over there, so he's probably spawned in, so they're going to be back parking or tunnel. So if I sit here now,
Got your back.
see, can you see at the minimap? Now everyone is spawning on the map, the blue, I'm just sitting here to show you, they've all spawned behind me. So we've now flipped the spawns. So if I wanted to push through, and I go this way, we're going to start bumping into them. So now I'm listening for footprints when I get here, because they have to be this side of the map. Okay, checking the mini-map again now. So they're going to be back parking. I know that before I even get there. I can see the skulls there, and I can see from the positioning of our team, there's already 2 up there, so there's no point in me pushing around. So I'm going to take a look. They're all going to be this side of the map. So one's just gone across there. I just missed him because I was spinning around showing you. So they're going to be back this way because we've flipped spots.
Changing mags.
So
Got one.
I don't need to go charging in looking for them because I'm reading the mini-map, so I know where they are. So I'm looking now, and it's kind of tricky now because we're split out. They're still going to be this side because now I'm the only one over here. But we've been here so long that it could be that they've run to the other side of the map now. Oh, I've just seen one. Oh, sniper. This is going to be bad. Okay. So as we die, look where I am now. I'm the other side of the map because we'd flipped them. I can see there's a skull here. Most of our guys are pushing this way. So to do a flank, I'm going to be pretty sure that if I go around here and I run through here, right, when I get here now, I need to start listening for footprints, so I slow down. Okay, by the looks of where our blue are, they're going to be Elephant on Main Street. And just like that, I found them all, and they was all facing the wrong way. So because we've just killed so many of them, chances are that now we're here, we would push them back to the other side of the map.
Solid work.
So, oh, this is going to make loads of noises in a minute, so I'll just wait till that's finished. So what I wanted to show you there is that it's not so much about your gun skill. It doesn't matter how good your reflexes are, because if you start to read the map, what you can do is put yourself in the most beneficial situations to take on the right gunfights. If you're getting killed and just running straight into the wrong area, chances are you're going to be going up against 2 or 3 of them, or you'll bump into someone on the way there and you'll have to get your gun up really quickly. And at that point, it does come down to reflexes and skill. So what you want to do is limit the amount of times that happens. So you've got to keep looking at the mini-map. So look up at it, read where your team are, because you might not see any red dots on the mini-map. But when you can see where the majority of your blue arrows on there are and your teammates, you can work out whether they're going to be holding a full side of the map. If you see them getting killed, then it's like, well, do I go back over and help them depending on how many get killed? Or can I use that to my advantage now and move around the map in a different way to avoid having to having to engage people? So, like there, you saw me sitting up on tiles. Like, it's harder on multiplayer because people are looking out for these positions. But if you know them at a base level, you can count them or you can do something when you know that. The other thing, in fact, I'll just start another match here. So that's how I read it to position myself on map to avoid having these close range gunfights. But the other thing it does is because I know this, it helps with my aiming. Thanks, this is handy. I'm the other side of the map now. So I know they're the other side. Everyone's gone right, I've gone left, so I'm on my own. So now I know I get here, I've got to listen to feet. Okay, so I can push through, because this is... Just too many of them there. But you can see straight off the bat there, because I didn't run down the middle and I saw that all my blues had gone right, I could get myself into that position that when they started firing, they wouldn't be looking at me so I get the easier gunfights. So I can see here the skull's going on. So chances are someone's going to come out here or come out here, but these guys seem to be staying alive, so I can get round this side.
Reloading.
I'm looking now that they're fighting an elephant because that's the way they're pushing. I can see my blue arrows. I can see that they're losing their gunfights. So do I push in now? So I can be ready for this gunfight. I know there's going to be people here. So I didn't push in. I just waited because I knew they were here.
Covering you.
So we're spawning this side.
Changing mags.
So what that just told me that the person just spawned in here. So now we've flipped spawns. So again, I'm still in here. I'm not running out to take these gunfights on. I'm not fighting them. I know now they're the other side. So what I can do is I can go up here and I can sit and wait. Okay, they're going to come from here or they're going to come from here because of where the blue arrows are. So I'm listening now, just for footprints. So, hard to see this with bots because normally they'd already be here pushing, but obviously being bots, they're a lot smarter. So, blue guy here, so he's covering the path, so chances are there's no one here just yet, but they're going to get back. We flipped them, and they're not pushing us. There's no skulls, so they're going to be around here somewhere. So hopefully they push through. And I will bump into them in a second. There we go. So, back on. So looking where the blues are and where they're aiming, they're still spawning this side of the map. So yeah, so look, we're at the other side of the map. So I know they're still spawning that way. I can see these firing now, so they're going to be market. This guy's trying to flank us. So now I'm ready for a fight. I know they have to be around here somewhere. Don't know exactly where, but with the way the blues are looking, okay. I'm going to use this guy as bait.
Secure this victory.
There was no point in me trying to run in front of him there. If he got killed, I could trade. Right, so I'm looking at, checking the minimap. We've got these spawns, so they're going to be back at Elephant now, because all of the blue are spawning here. Okay, I've just seen a skull here, so that's probably around about main gates. So I just can read. They're still going to be coming from Elephant over here. I can see gunfight already. So rather than me go and look for that fight, I can just wait. Oh. Okay. I don't need to go looking for those fights because I know where they are. There was another one there if I was paying attention. I could have probably got a kill. So there we go. That's not aiming. That's not reflexes. That's me looking at the minimap. Now, the other big sound cue there was feet. Someone came plodding on. I haven't moved at all, so now we're in danger of. So I can see now the blues are mainly over here, and a couple to the side of them. So they could now come behind. So now I'm going to start repositioning. If I stay there much longer, we're going to flip, and I'm just going to get shot in the back. So the blues are all that side of the map. So they're going to either come this way. So I'm going back this way because they're still spawning and pushing middle. This gives me the best opportunity to set up. No, I could have. Oh, run out of ammo. But again, if I had my ammo there, I was ready set up. I would have got 3 kills there just from looking at the minimap. So I've spawned in this side before I go charging in. I've got this guy doing nothing over here, but what he is doing is stopping anyone spawning this side. He's not intentionally doing that, but because he's not moving. See that guy spawning there? It's team spawns, so he's actually in a way forcing our spawns. So now we're all kind of the side of the map. They're going to be the back corner. That's because it flips pretty much completely the opposite to where we are. So they're going to be coming through here in a minute. Probably main market. So if I set up here, I don't think it'll be long before someone runs across. One down there. There we go.
Max!
So I'll go back down here because I don't want to go through the map. I've got an assault rifle and I want to avoid those mid-map confrontations unless I'm aiming down the full lane. So I want to give myself like these lanes, like so this amount of danger. If that's an SMG running out there, I get the advantage because of the distance between us. So skull there, so I know there's something going on here. I would still think there's going to be... So right now, once I've got him, we've probably just flipped spawns again because now all of the blue arrows are over here, this side of the map. So I would be getting up here and starting to look at the lanes, but then trying to rush back
Mission
across the map.
accomplished. Lack a job.
So there's a few bits there. I think this one's probably the one that I was trying to explain. So hopefully that came across, because it's not about how good you are now in terms of your reflexes and you're getting kills. Some of that is map knowledge because of the way that you can read the mini map and then position yourself like I was to have the advantage. I'd like that's the next step. But when you play games, think of it in that way, not that everyone's outgunning me. Because there is ways, and there's times where it's like, when I say slow down, that's what I mean. I don't mean just do the same thing slower. It's kind of find these positions, start picking up kills that way, because the more you run in, and even a lot of the time what I'm finding is, if you get killed and it respawns you, a lot of the time it kind of puts your face in the direction that you probably actually don't want to run in, because it's squad spawn. So you'll squad, when you get killed, you'll get spawned by the furthest away person on your team on the side of the map that you have spawns for. So that's when it gets a little bit complicated. But basically, if you've spawned one side of the map, they're going to be spawning pretty much the opposite side of the map. And if all of your team move across the map to their side and you have like dominance of one side of the map, whether people are alive or not, you will flip the spawns, which means that they'll start spawning where you did. So you can start reading the map just by looking at where the blue people are and where the white skulls are popping up on the map. So keep reading your minimap all the way through it. And when you get to that point then, on the map where you're moving across and you're like, right, I know someone's going to be around here now, listen for footprints. Footprints are a huge giveaway. And that's when you have to start getting your gun ready. Now, I've just played on bots there, and it's much, much easier to play against bots because it's not a high tempo, they don't push as hard, there isn't that kind of communication thing. So it's good for highlighting that on a very loose level, but when you get into multiplayer, it's much faster. So the decisions, you don't have all that time to kind of stand there going, right, I'm going to go and move over here. Some of that is just learning the map. And the other thing is, the other team will be thinking like, I just showed you there. So there's a good chance when you're like, haha, they're all on that side of the map, I'm going to go and get the easy kills this way. There's a good chance that the person on their team is doing exactly the same, and you'll encounter gunfights from that point of view. But I think if you can just start reading the spawns and definitely looking at your minimap, don't just go hunting red dots when they pop up on the radar, because that's not using it to the best. It's looking at it and going, that's where I want to be, or I don't want to be on the map, or I'm going to go and sit up on that roof corner now because I know that in a second that they're going to come from roughly that direction. It gives you way much more time to get your aim ready. So you don't, your reactions don't have to be as fast. You can just be smart by playing the map better. But anyway, hopefully that'll help. And any questions, again, give me a shout.